Come on, Van Zeeks, for Pete's sake, stop him!
Objection!
I love this! Inspector, you should know my methods by now. I'm a prosecutor. I'm no Scotland Yard puppet. Erk. In this courtroom, my duty is to the law. So let me propose a toast to uncovering the truth, by fair means or foul. Yay! No! It's not over yet. We'll get him. We'll get you, Graydon. We're gonna do it this time. Welcome back, everyone. We're almost at the end. I can feel it. I can feel it. Let's continue. If I don't manage to produce some definitive evidence right now, then we're going to lose. Either some proof that Graydon killed Mr. Windybank or stole those government secrets. Or some evidence to force Gregson into admitting that he struck a deal with the witness. There's no one left to save us, though. Sholmes is out cold. Well then, Counsel. I think it's time I impose on the jurors to declare their final decisions, no? That is, unless you have some compelling evidence you have thus far not presented to the court. If I let the judge call on the jurors to announce their leanings, Gina will be found guilty. So there's no choice then, you know? You have to throw some more evidence at them. This is it now. It all comes down to this. Who do I present evidence against, Gregson or Graydon? No, not again. I don't know what to choose. Hold on. Oh my gosh. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Do we have something against Graydon? Mr. Graydon, there is one final piece of evidence I would like you to see. You misguided fool. Whatever you intend to show me now, you'll be wasting your time. I have nothing left to lose. I assure you I will admit to nothing. This is my last chance. It looks like I'm going to have to force his hand here. One final piece of evidence to get him to admit to the deal he clearly struck on the stand. Wait a second, wait a second. I nearly forgot about this. Neither of them wants the contents known, right? So if I were to... Is this it?
Take that!
Yes! I knew it! Neither of them wants the contents known. Is that Mr. McGoldrick's peculiar music box, Counsel? Yes, with the disc already in place, ready to play. I think perhaps now would be a good time to listen to the sound produced by the music box again. Only this time, with the second disc we've just discovered set in place as well. Goodness, this disc, Counsel.
Hold it!
I knew it. No, wait, I can't let you do that. It didn't matter who we chose. Neither of them wants us to know. Neither of them wants it played. Why not? But because, well, because it's got nothing to do with this case. That's why.
Objection!
Not true, Inspector. Eh? The defense has already proposed that the sounds heard by the court earlier from this music box were part of a Morse code message. Suckers! We know that the Morse code comprises of two distinct tones. The defense believes that the second disc contains the second tone needed to complete the message. And now we have a chance to confirm that theory. For crying out loud, Sunshine, we're talking about state secrets here. If you go letting the whole courtroom hear confidential information like that, it's treason. Then do you admit the charge? That in order to protect those state secrets, you engage in unlawful dealings with the witness? You're mad. If you let that secret information out into the public domain, you'll be making an enemy of the entire British government, you idiot.
Objection!
Let's not forget, Inspector, that you, a Scotland Yard officer, leaked confidential case details to a witness, that you continued to lie to the court, and all because, by fair means or foul, you're determined to do your duty. Well, by fair means or foul, I'm prepared to do mine. Don't you dare. I will stop at nothing to protect my client. I don't care who I make an enemy of. Yay! My lord, if you please, the court must hear the sounds made by that music box. Come on, Van Zieks, for Pete's sake, stop him!
Objection!
I love this! Inspector, you should know my methods by now. I'm a prosecutor. I'm no Scotland Yard puppet. Ark. In this courtroom, my duty is to the law. So let me propose a toast to uncovering the truth, by fair means or foul. Yay! No! Very well, the defense's stance here and that of the prosecution have been made very clear, I feel. Therefore, in accordance with the defense's request, the court will now listen to this music box. Listen as this music box is set in operation once more. Oh my gosh, yay! Look at that! Oh, this is awesome! This time, with the second disc in place and both discs playing simultaneously. Oh, yes! Oh, listen to that. It's unmistakable now. It's Morse code. Who said that? Alright, I admit it. Whatever you want. But for the love of God, shut the blooming box up! Oh, jeez. Let me ask you again, then, Inspector Bergson. Did you, or did you not, strike a deal with the witness next to you in the stand, Mr. Ashley Graydon? Specifically, did you furnish the witness with confidential case details in exchange for this music box disc? Did you reveal the existence of the peephole in the pawnbroker's storeroom door, Inspector? Poor guy. Oh, I feel so bad. I did. Stop! What are you doing, man? It's all exactly like the young Eastern lawyer said. When the trial resumed after the recess, and we were stood here in the stand together, that's when he approached me with the deal. Shut up, you imbecile! Shut up! No! Psst, you there. You're the detective who turned up at the pawnbrokery the other day, aren't you? I may have something you're looking for, Inspector. With me at this very moment. So how about a trade? I suggest you accept. More information that may make certain individuals uncomfortable will soon become very public indeed. I couldn't let that information become public knowledge, not under any circumstances. So I accepted the man's proposal and told him details about the case that should have put him in the clear. Peephole in the storeroom door, and the bloodstains on the overcoat. By giving false testimony, this witness intended to have the defendant wrongly accused of murder. Inspector, you knew that. Yet you still revealed those details to facilitate the witness's perjury. I did. But then it turned out the peephole had only been made that night, after the incident took place. Scotland Yard wasn't aware of that, if I'm perfectly honest. Well, Mr. Graydon, what do you have to say for yourself? Please, let this be the end, please! There's nothing and no one left for you to hide behind. You struck a deal with the inspector in order to escape conviction of a very serious crime. Namely this. You are the third intruder who broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question. And you perpetrated the murder of the proprietor, Mr. Pop Windybank. Neg, you. Yes, we got him! It's over! Traitor! No, Gregson! No! Hey! Let him go! He's lost his marbles. Oh my god! Bailiff! Bailiff! Restrain that man! At once! That's crazy! That's it then. It's all over. What's with the dot dot dots? Oh, stop. I don't like it. Okay. I despised my life growing up. Those slums are vile places. I was cursed from birth, born into poverty, the son of a penniless artisan. My parents did nothing but quarrel all day long. What little money they had was never spent on me. So I set about studying, to better myself, to one day escape from that hellhole. And you eventually became a communications officer. I admire your determination. Then you decided to try to sell government secrets? Why? Yeah, why, dude? Isn't it obvious? Because I wanted money. Even now, years later, the nightmares of my life in the slums wake me in the small hours. I wanted to drown them out, with more money than anyone who lived in that squalor could ever imagine. Then one day, I met him. Mr. Magnus McGilded. I hate you, McGilded. You're a fiend with a queer talent, so you are. I've money to throw your way if you're interested. All you need to is go along with me, little plan now. I hate him. Oh, he is the worst. I was to steal the ministry's telegraphic message logs, and McGilded would buy them for a handsome sum. As I was responsible for inspections of the ministry's communications office, it was a simple enough task. The lair of the devil's offerings, how easy it is to succumb. But you must surely have realized the seriousness of the crime you were committing. And for that reason, I took great lengths to ensure that my actions were untraceable. By using the music box. My father was a brickmaker, though my mother divorced him when I was still a child. Yes, Mr. Mason Milverton. That's right. He was very skilled with his hands. He'd once been a music box maker's apprentice. I imagined his skills would be sufficient to create a machine that could generate Morse code. So I sought out my father again, to employ his services. It was the first time I'd seen him since I left the slums 10 years earlier. My goodness. Look at you, Ashley. What a fine gent you've become, eh? He was a different man to the one in my memory, a thin, frail old man. But poverty had never broken him, never corrupted him like it had me. I was sure that he wouldn't help me if I told him the real reason, so I made up a story. I've got some work for you, Father. I need some music box discs made. Music box discs, eh? A musician friend of mine has written some music he wants to sell to the public. I brought the score with me. There are 2, actually. I'd be delighted, son. It's been 20 years since I did any work like this, though. Fetch my tools, would you? They're in the loft. But, there's no way he didn't realize what he was making. That's how I had him make the 2 discs. Thereby splitting the information in 2. You were taking considerable precautions indeed. It was to protect myself as much as anything. It meant that I could deal with McGilded in 2 separate transactions. The first involved the first of the 2 discs and a music box for playing them. I exchanged them with McGilded for 10 guineas. Then, on receipt of the second disc, he would pay 1,000 guineas. So, what happened on the omnibus 2 months ago was the second part of a deal? The exchange of the second disc? Yes. I'd sold the man information that way a number of times already, but it seems he became reluctant to part with his money. But that doesn't quite make sense, Mr. Graydon, for why was it on the omnibus 2 months ago? Your father, Mr. Milverton, was the one dealing with Mr. McGilded and not yourself. When I received the 1,000 guineas after my first completed dealings with McGilded, I decided to give 200 to my father for his troubles. But my father realized something was amiss. In time, he worked out that I must be involved in something dubious. And when he did, he said to me, "Next time there's an exchange, you let your old man do it, understand?" Otherwise, I won't take your money anymore. Oh man. What a father, I can already tell. That was my father's way of dealing with it, I suppose. Climb into the omnibus, hand over the second disc, and take the money from McGilded. That's it. He had no idea what was actually on the disc I'd asked him to make. He never knew. Just like I'll never know why everything went so horribly wrong that night. All I know is that the disc was taken from him, and he never returned home. Oh my god. It was only then that I found out what sort of a monster McGilded really was. So after 10 years of not once uttering it, I swore on my father's name. For once I don't hate his answer. To exact revenge. Revenge? As anyone with even the remotest knowledge of the man will no doubt be able to imagine, McGilded brought all his wealth and influence to bear in the most despicable of ways. Dang it, Mr. Litterer, stop it! To crush any semblance of justice in his trial. Ay ay ay. Crime scene was tampered with, evidence was fixed, and witnesses were bribed. That trial 2 months ago was a farce from start to finish. My feet had barely touched British soil back then. And I walked into that hornet's nest completely unaware of the sinister background to it all. I'd made plenty of money out of my dealings with McGilded by then, so I spared nothing in my arrangements 2 months ago. I knew exactly who to hire. If you're willing to pay the price, there are people in this city willing to do anything you ask. McGilded himself had shown me that. Are you saying that... I think you have the picture now. After he twisted everything to his favor in this courtroom to ensure that he walked free. I took matters into my own hands and delivered the justice that monster deserved. So he set fire to the carriage. It was him. Oh, dang. That tragic accident following the trial here 2 months ago was planned and executed by yours truly. McGilded's death that day was caused by this man. Oh, it's all connected. Dang. Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me to the courtroom. What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There are some changes to the schedule. Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. So that policeman who came to tell McGilded he could examine the omnibus again. That's right, an imposter, hired by me. McGilded used his wealth to manipulate the trial. He paid people to adulterate the omnibus with all manner of false evidence. He threatened witnesses to lie in their testimony. So I gave the man a taste of his own medicine. Once the omnibus was doused in paraffin, one of my sham policemen ushered McGilded inside and sent him on a one-way journey to hell. Deserved, honestly. Sad to say. An eye for an eye. That's how I avenged my father's death. A spine-chilling account, indeed. But that wasn't the end of it for me. There was a loose end, you see. A loose end? Yes, I should think it's obvious. The second disc, which my father had taken to exchange with McGilded. Ah, yes. There was indeed no mention of it in the man's trial 2 months ago. Clearly because it had been removed from the scene of the crime. When I realized it was missing, I remembered something. Something from the first time I dealt with McGilded. Oh? This is the first of the 2 discs, and the music box you need to play them. Well, look at that now. What an ingenious little invention. So then, as promised, 10 guineas for you, young man. What's this? Windybank's pawnbrokery? Aye, 'tis a pawnbroker's ticket, so it is. Ye can use it to redeem an article I've deposited there for ye. There's no need to give a name. Just hand over the ticket and tell the fiend the watchword. I've put a jewel in pawn for ye. It'll fetch a good 10 guineas if you sell it, so it will. I've never heard of a pawnbrokery being used in quite that way before. Have you not, Mr. Graydon? London's pawnbrokeries are very useful places, you know. Each one is like an extremely secure vault. Huh. So I knew that if he'd taken steps to hide the disc, it would be in that pawnbrokery somewhere. And that on the night he killed my father, he must have entrusted the ticket to someone. Yes, to Gina. I remember now that when we first met you at the Windybanks that afternoon 2 days ago, you had a description of Miss Lestrade written down. How did you know who you were looking for? From the trial. That pickpocket's testimony was clearly peculiar, anyone could see that. I realized immediately that she was another of McGilder's pawns, that he must have threatened her somehow. I was fairly convinced it would be her who had the ticket, so I started to make some inquiries. I had a strong suspicion the girl would come out of the woodwork on the redemption deadline, and he was absolutely right. And yes, sure enough, she did. All I needed to do was to wait until the girl went to Windybanks to redeem the articles. But unfortunately, she redeemed only McGilder's overcoat and the one disc that was in its pocket. The all-important music box with the second disc inside was missing, because it had already been forfeited 2 days earlier. But I was unaware of that fact. Had I not been, I could have avoided my nighttime excursion. Meanwhile, as our investigation into the stolen government secrets was progressing, we'd picked up on the fact that McGilder was involved. Inspector, you've recovered fast. My orders were to recover the stolen information as quickly as possible. So we started gathering the fellas' possessions and examining whatever we could lay our hands on. We had a full-scale investigation going on at the yard, but we had to keep it as quiet as we could. Then, when the inspector here took the disc from me in the pawnbrokery that day, I became nervous. I was sure the music box and the second disc were still there in the shop somewhere. So I knew that it was a race against time. I had to find those articles before the police did. So that's what prompted you to break into the place that same night? With the help of your old friends, the Skulkin brothers. I just gotta say, I forgot to comment, this music is like so fitting. Ay. What happened that night in the pawnbrokery, I can only describe as a nightmare. While Nash and Ringo were searching the counter, I had located the music box I'd sold to McGilder on the shelves of forfeited articles. And the second disc was inside? Yes, I slipped it into my pocket with a very deep sigh of relief. But then, something entirely unexpected happened. What are you doing in my shop? Wait, he shot first? And why would he just shoot first? Windybank, oh my gosh. A gunshot rang out in the shop, and I felt a sharp pain in my left arm. The broker fired his gun, and the bullet pierced your limb. Yes, exactly. But unfortunately, I decided to bring my own gun with me that night, just in case. So, self-defense. It's not completely his fault. He's a rotten apple, yeah. But Windybank, that's not like Windybank. I guess he was scared, which I don't blame him. But he could have asked or, like, talked to them first. My goodness. Before I knew what was happening, I'd fired back. So both of them were too quick to shoot. Like, yeah. Wait, actually, Windybank at least shot his arm. I guess to scare him, or whatever. This guy fired to kill. Or I guess, quick fired. He wasn't thinking. The man had already turned to flee. I hadn't intended to fire in his direction, much less kill him. But unfortunately for both of us, the bullet hit home. It struck him in the middle of his back as he fled through the storeroom door for refuge. A sorry, sorry tale. It all took place in the blink of an eye. I don't imagine Nash and Ringo even realized what had happened at first. I was terrified, so I fled. And that's the whole story. That's everything that happened at Windybanks on that wretched night. Okay, so like, he's not exactly blameless. He's not exactly rotten either. This whole thing is McGilda's fault. McGilda's fault. Windybank for firing without thinking. This guy for firing it without thinking as well. And even for getting involved with all the government information and stuff. Oh my gosh. It's just... This can't be like diagnosed as black and white. This is like a mess. Earlier, you called McGilded a monster. A man who used his wealth and influence to distort the facts and escape justice for the crime of murder. What tragic irony. For what you have done is exactly the same. Yeah. Eep. You have become the very monster you saw and despised so deeply in McGilded. That sucks, man. Yes, I think I have. This is what happens when you chase money. Well, this has been a long and exhausting trial, you don't say. However, it would seem that at last we have arrived at the truth. Finally! We did it! Inspector Gregson, what of Mr. Ashley Graydon? He's been restrained, my lord, and is being escorted to the yard. He'll be charged with the murder of Mr. Windybank and the stealing of government secrets. Very good. And you, Inspector? Regrettably, you will have to face charges yourself. This poor guy. Yes, my lord, of course. I knew there was something deeper going on. He wouldn't act the way he did if there wasn't. It transpires that you were complicit in helping a criminal escape justice. That fact remains whether or not you were doing so in the line of duty. The crime is a serious one, Inspector, and inexcusable. Oh my gosh. I still love you, Inspector Gregson. Now to the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade. Ah, yeah? It is time for the final education. This poor girl. Is the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Yes, sir. Guard up squadron standing by, sir. This is really it now. The last push. The final call. The finishing whistle. My men are ready to deliver their verdicts. I still want to know why the heck the jurors were all people we knew. Thank you, Mr. Foreman. Very well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You will now declare your final decisions to the court.
Not guilty.
Yay!
Not guilty. Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not
Yay!
guilty.
We did it!
Not guilty.
It has been a long road, but finally, the scale tips in our favor. Ahaha, that's the stuff. I'm off the hook. Finally, Runo, you finally managed to do it. Finally is the word. I really wasn't sure if we'd come out on top for a while there. Susie was right. You're the best lawyer in the world. Aww. Miss Lestrade, I am not finished with you yet. Eh? What are you looking at me like that for? Did you forget? Before you start enjoying your freedom, there are certain other crimes to consider, Eh? 2 months ago, in my courtroom no less, you gave false testimony, did you not? And in relation to the trial today, not only did you unlawfully enter Windybank's pawnbrokery, you also attempted to abscond with Mr. McGilda's property, it seems. Eh? I never done nothing of the sort. Of course not. It's not like you were gleefully wearing McGilda's coat in your cell yesterday or anything. Aw, and just when I was getting excited about throwing a party for Ginny this evening. And turning our attention to defense, oh man. Determining that, when played together, the music box discs contain a message in Morse code was, well, It was certainly a most unexpected revelation, Counsel. Quite so, my lord. The prosecution was caught entirely off guard. In fact, I think we should applaud my learned friend's courage here today. I propose a toast. Really? What's the catch? Are you actually gonna drink that though? To demanding the government secrets be disseminated before the entire courtroom. Ah! Yeah, I knew it. I'm very sorry about that. It was the only way I could get Inspector Gregson to admit what he'd done, so... If I may say something on that point, isn't that... It's, about the sounds produced by the music box before. Do you wonder if that was really Morse code at all? What? What are you saying, madam? Oh, well, it's just that I'm really rather fanatical when it comes to Morse code, you see? So much so that the whole world seems to be covered in dots and dashes to me, in fact. Goodness, madam. An unhealthy level of obsession, one feels. But I must say that in my opinion, the sounds produced by those two discs were nothing more than that, a meaningless series of two different tones. What? What? Can that really be? So, did Mr. Mason catch on and not do it the way he asked? It wasn't Morse code after all. My lord, the defense would like to listen to the music box again. Are you off your nut? How many times do I have to tell you? Those discs contain ministerial secrets, sunshine. This courtroom is not an appropriate forum to discuss the nature of the government communications. We know McGilda conspired to trade national secrets with our enemies, secrets acquired from Mr. Graydon. Now that the man has admitted to his crimes, we have no need to pursue the matter further. But it's really going to bother me. Same. What's Iris thinking about? Miss Lestrade. Yeah, my lord. Yeah. That which you have seen today here in this courtroom has been extremely disturbing. Falsified evidence, intimidation, perjury, a grim catalogue of depravity. An appalling experience to befall any child. Come on, it ain't nothing I don't see most days in the baptisms. I beg your pardon. If you're weak, you pay for it. That's just how life goes. Gina. Well, look, I reckon I worked something out today. The world ain't fair, but if you want it to change... No, you've got to start at home. You've got to change how you are yourself. Well, that's a very laudable lesson, I would say. I eagerly look forward to the born-again Miss Lestrade never gracing my courtroom with her presence again. As long as she is more careful with who she engages with. Now, with regard to the murder of Mr. Popwindybank, proprietor of a pawnbrokery business on Baker Street, I hereby declare the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, not guilty! Yay! We did it! Not her shooting hers too. Aw. That's awesome. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That is all. Court is adjourned. For now. Oh? What? On a personal note, I must say you've surprised me, my Far Eastern friend. Ah. Oh! Inosuke's so funny. Despite being a Nipponese, you saw through the pretense to the malice that festered within the Englishman, and at the same time saw through the grime to the surprising heart of your English client. You have a curious talent for judging character, especially considering our very different cultures. I don't think there's anything curious about it. Ooh. Whether we're from the Empire of Great Britain or the Empire of Japan, we're all human beings. We're not so very different on the inside. Well said, Miinosuke. You know, I took this case for one very simple reason. To lock swords with you once again. I knew it here in the courtroom. I knew it. You did? When I encountered you for the first time 2 months ago, it reminded me of toasting friendship and trust with another Nipponese, only to find my trust betrayed. Ooh. Through you, I hope to look into the eyes of the man I once knew and try to understand. Oh? You mentioned something similar earlier today, about total betrayal at the hands of the Japanese. What happened exactly? Is he gonna tell us? Well, you may ask. Oh. And one day, when the time comes, you will learn the answer, whether you like it or not. What? Alright, then I'll wait for that day if I must. Well, that day is probably coming soon, considering we have another game to go through. Coming to be known as the Reaper of the Bailey, and my retirement from service 5 years ago. It gives me cause to wonder if our meeting has some deeper purpose. Please stop doing that! So, farewell, my learned Nipponese fellow, until we meet again. Farewell? Dang nabbit. I want to know. Give me the lore. But we made it. We made it out in one piece. Dang. Aw, yay. It's done. It's over. At last. But where's Iris disappeared to? She was thinking hard earlier. Ah! Congratulations, Gina! I knew it all along. I knew that you were innocent. Come on, Gina! Dang nabbit! Well, you did what you said, Naruto. You believed him, eh? Right up to the end. You're as odd as your name. What's odd about it? I told you I had faith in you, didn't I? No one ever asked before, you see? Kept the promise, I mean. Properly. That's awful. I figured something out today. All me life, growing up in the slums, I've never trusted no one. But that's just 'cause I've been scared of being stabbed in the back. I mean, the more you trust someone, the more it hurts when they let you down. That's honestly true, though. It's kinda sad. Yes, I think I can understand that. After all, I had a taste of it in that trial 2 months ago. I chose to trust someone, and paid for it. That betrayal left a big scar. You know, though, Gina, I worked something out quite recently, too. Trusting in someone else is really an exercise in learning to trust yourself. And when your gut tells you it's the right thing to do, and your trust is rewarded, there's no better feeling in the world. I think I have you to thank for reminding me of that valuable lesson. Oh, well, if you say so. Don't make a fat sense to me, though. I'm trying to say that putting my faith in you, Gina, has been a real pleasure. No. For crying out loud, pack it in! But I suppose I sort of feel the same way. Come on, Gina, accept our friendship. No. I mean, sometimes trusting someone else is, you know, alright. Thanks. Stop. This is the way I see it, Ryunosuke. A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. Why do you have to do this to me again? And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. Dang nabbit. After this experience, I'm starting to feel like I understand what you mean. Kazuma. Am I living up to your expectations? Am I turning out to be the lawyer you believed I could be? You know you would say yeah. Pardon the interruption. Who is it? No! Why? Why? There's no need. Why? But what the deuce does a man have to do to be noticed around here, my dear fellow? Ah, that voice. It's too late for that voice now, Mr. Naruto. It's your fault. Why would you dress up again? Why would you wear the disguise again? What's wrong with you? I've been standing here patiently in the corner of the room for an eternity. Ha ha ha. Yes, it was me all along, I would have said when finally you noticed me. This guy, I can't with you. Go away! But you people, with your incessant babbling. Ah, Mr. Sholmes. Ha ha ha. Yes, it was me all along, you see? This freaking guy. I'd assumed you'd be taken back to the hospital, to be honest. Indeed I was, but I managed to escape again. This guy, of course. Oh. I happen to be aware of one or two foibles of the doctor who was tending to me. I merely made my knowledge of them known to the man, and he happily issued me with a leave of absence. How very above board. But enough of my adventures. It was a fine victory, Mr. Naruhodo. Your tireless efforts just rewarded, I feel. Congratulations are in order. As a close friend, I tip my hat at you. Oh, thank you. Aww. Sound great detective you are. Great at being cold as ice, maybe. Have I irked you in some way, Miss Lestrade? While you've been having a snooze in your nice soft bed, some of us have been fighting for our lives. Oh, well, that bullet did cause me to lose a substantial amount of blood, it's true. So I have indeed been feeling somewhat cold. Not perhaps as cold as ice, but well, have a feel. Could you take your hands off my neck, please, Mr. Sholmes? This guy. And in some way, I suppose, congratulations are in order for you too, Miss Lestrade. What's that supposed to mean? Why so half-hearted? Well, naturally. It isn't my intention to alarm you, but an acquittal in a trial with that particular prosecutor is perhaps a little precarious. Well done, Mr. Sholmes. Not alarming in the slightest. Oh, the Reaper, you mean? Is anyone who's found not guilty in a trial he was working on winds up dead anyway? Is that it? The very point I was trying to make. And as exemplified by the fate of Mr. McGilden, in fact. Ah, but of course, I pay no attention to such irrational drivel myself. Thanks! Saying all that and then adding that at the end is great. Yeah, well, it don't bother me. Oh, really? Of course not. The way I see it, the Reaper's a bit like upstairs. Huh? Oh, him upstairs. Him upstairs, you mean like God? Yeah, him upstairs knows what's what, right? He knows what people are like on the inside. He won't have got the wrong end of the stick. There are some calls like that bog trotter what are rotten to the core. At the end of the day, him upstairs makes sure to get what they deserve. I suppose that's one way of looking at it. Divine justice is one thing, though. The Reaper taking matters into his own hands and claiming lives is another. Well, I ain't like the McGildens of this world, so I ain't scared. I got principles, see? A trait in you wishes to be admired, Miss Lestrade. It's true, though. I like the way she said that. They ended up dying when they were acquitted because they weren't meant to be acquitted. Owie, just give it a rest, alright? As I was saying, congratulations are in order. The news of your acquittal was very welcome news to me indeed. Let me express my heartfelt congratulations, Gina. Aw. Well, there you are, Hurley. How long have you been here? Honestly, I went to the main entrance especially to meet you there. Aww. Only him could be knocked over by a 10-year-old. Ah, Iris, my dear, I do apologize. But wait until I tell you what happened. This pair made utter fools of themselves. What happened? As you know, I have a penchant for disguise. I was hiding in this room dressed as a bailiff. But these dolls didn't notice my presence at all. They had no idea. Can you imagine, Iris? Would you credit it? I love this. I'm not sure, really. I beg your pardon. I'm sorry, Hurley, but you just don't have the weighty presence you seem to think you have. Oh, ouch. In fact, you really ought to be careful about that. It's going to land you in trouble one day. I love her. I love her so much. Oh, he's so dejected now. I'll be careful. Ouch. Anyway, it's such a shame. I was so hoping to throw a party for Ginny tonight, but you won't be able to come, will you? Don't look what? Don't look like I'm gonna be going nowhere for a while. You owed the judge's powder. I got stuff to make amends for, apparently. All them offenses. What was it again? Breaking the entering, taking the bow truck or stuff, what was in the lug, blah blah blah. Yes, I think you'll find that basically being a pickpocket is the main offense. But diving ain't an offense. It's a job, innit? I don't think so. Still, it has got me thinking all this. Maybe I should start looking for another line of work. I mean, you didn't start off as a lawyer, did ya, Otto? Well, no. But I was never a pickpocket. Well, anyway, I reckon I can make a change. I'm gonna do something for all them lot like me from the slums. Something that makes a difference for them. Aw, you go, Ginny. That's a wonderful idea, Ginny, and I'm sure you can do it. What is it? Oh, nothing. Miss Gina Lestrade. Prison carriage has arrived, ma'am. Come with me to the rear gate at once. Aw, dang it. Right. Well, looks like I'm off then. Yes, goodbye, Gina. And good luck. And Otto? Yes? No. No! Put it away! Ah! What was that for? I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say, so how about thank you? Ah, indeed. Perhaps the situation calls for a phrase hitherto missing from your vocabulary, Miss Lestrade. Eh? On occasions such as this, I would recommend a simple thank you. There goes the professor again. Oh. Oh yes. It's good advice, Ginny. No. Right, I see. Well, it's really hard for her to say, ain't it? Aww. She's actually genuine about it. Thanks, Otto. No. Oh, no. Thank you for everything, what you've done. For believing in me. Oh, stop. Not at all. In fact, that should be my line. Thank you, Gina. No, stop. That's so sweet. Well, there she goes. I wonder if I'll ever see her again. Well, well, quite the indomitable pickpurse. Oh, I nearly forgot. I bought a paper outside. It's a special edition, and this trial is all over the front page. Pickpocket's innocence proven. Isn't it wonderful? You should have shown it to Gina, Iris. She would have been thrilled. No. Oh no, how silly of me. Oh. Ah, but anyway, would you like the good news or the bad news? Not again. Well, what do you say, Reno? Hurley? As usual, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Absolutely not. I have no intention of listening to anything but good news. And there you have it. How people answer that question says a lot about them, doesn't it? Let's not go over there. Alright then, maybe let's start with the good news this time. The rain has finally stopped. It was a record level of rainfall, apparently. Aw, that's so cinematic, because things were happy. It was because we got a happy ending. Well, that is good news indeed. We can journey back in greater comfort. Alright then, what's the bad news? The huge storm has left the seas very choppy. It channel in particular is awful, so sailings out of Dover have been delayed by a day or more. Wait, Dover? That's right. If we head to the station immediately, we may still make it in time to wave Susie off. Yay! But there won't be a train, surely? We couldn't be that lucky. What do you think I am, Mr. Naruhodo? Mr. Sholmes? I rushed to Victoria Station earlier and made arrangements for a special express. Of course he did. If we hurry now, we shall be there in time for dinner. And I know of a fine restaurant that serves the most delicious baked sole. I don't... Great Detective does it again! Indeed he does. I happen to be aware of a number of the rail transport director's foibles. What? I merely made my knowledge of them known to the man, and he happily laid on the locomotive. Elementary. This guy. Oh my gosh. Just an idea, but it might be wise to stop manipulating people that way. What are we waiting for then? To London, Victoria! Goodness gracious. Oh, it's so pretty. "5:32 a.m. Oh my goodness. That took somewhat longer than I had anticipated. Susie's boat must be about to leave now. Mrs. Otto, where are you? There she is! Over there, look! It looks like she's reading something. Oh? What?
Hold it!
Mrs. Otto, wait! What are you doing? What's going on? Mr. Naruhodo, what are you doing here? We came as soon as we could after the trial. I mean, we heard that sailings were being delayed due to the bad weather, you see. No. Oh, I see. Then tell me, how did Gina's trial go? It went well. She was acquitted. We did it! Aww. That's wonderful. Really wonderful news. No. We've missed you, Sasato. That book you were about to throw into the sea. It was your Encyclopedia of British Law, wasn't it? Oh dear. I was hoping you hadn't seen that. No, I'm not worthy of practicing law in any way now. So, I was saying my final farewell. You were saying goodbye to law? You, Sasato-san? No, don't do it. Would I be correct in assuming? It's because of the peephole, Mrs. Otto. No, this poor girl. I deliberately altered the scene of a crime, and then I tried to hide the fact. What I did is utterly unforgivable. That reminds me. How did you even come to have this, Susie? On the evening of the incident, Mr. Sholmes had invited Gina to dinner, if you remember. Oh yes, we had a wonderful time. Well, Gina gave us a little introductory lesson, didn't she? To the art of pickpocketing, I mean. Oh, that was so much fun! I stole Runo's armband! Yes, please don't do that again, Iris. That band's very important to me. Well, if it's so important, you should pay more attention to it. You didn't notice for ages. She's not wrong. On a whim, I thought it would be fun to see if I could take the cat flap mat, so I put it up my sleeve. Really? And then I rather forgot about it, until I found myself in Mr. Windybank's shop with it later that night. I see. And then... Goodness gracious. Ay. Things could have been so much worse. After Mr. Naruhodo had left the shop, I started to think. That door started to play in my mind. The storeroom door, you mean? Yes, if Gina was anywhere in the shop, I realized it could only be behind that door. She's so smart. I love her. And at that moment, the little device that I had up my sleeve sprang to mind. I was so worried about Gina, I simply had to know. So you used a cat flapple-mat to make the peephole in the door. As captured in a photographic print of the shop by one of Hurley's red-handed recorders. Indeed, it was of the first importance, that point. Precisely when the peephole was made, that information would prove to be Mr. Naruhodo's greatest weapon, though naturally, without proof, it would have amounted to nothing. But when I looked through the hole in the door, the sight of that met my eyes made my blood run cold. Thoughts started to run through my mind. I remembered that trial 2 months earlier, the trial of Magnus McGilded. I thought about how he had manipulated the evidence and arranged false testimony to secure his freedom. It made the British justice system feel very dark and sinister to me. And then a terrible thought occurred to me. What if some wicked criminal was planning to do the same thing now? Oh, because from the appearance of the crime scene, it looked exactly as though Gina had shot Mr. Windybank. Even though I was sure she would never have done such a thing. You were worried that the true culprit would try to frame her for the crime? That's right. But then I realized it would be very difficult for anyone to give false testimony in this case. What do you mean? Well, the crime appeared to have happened behind the door of a locked room. For someone to claim falsely to have witnessed it, there would have to be a way to see beyond the door. Ah! For which, the peephole would be the very thing. Only the peephole I had made wasn't actually there until after the crime had been committed, of course. And the criminal would know that, so it wouldn't make any difference. But the possibility of a rather ingenious trap was there, was it not? A trap? Is that why she did it? So, is that why you kept it a secret, Susie? You never mentioned that you made the peephole to anyone, not even to the police. I know, and I knew at the time what I was doing was wrong. A criminal offense, even. Oh my gosh, but the fact that we needed it, and the fact that everything she was thinking was right. That's why I decided to confide in Mr. Sholmes. If Mr. Naruhodo was completely backed into a corner, with no other possible means of escape, the truth about the peephole could save him. That was my plan. She really does think of everything. And she says she's not a good judicial assistant. What is this? But then, why didn't you just tell me everything before the trial began? My dear fellow, you're not thinking straight. If she had done that, it would have rendered you complicit in the whole escapade. Ah. You could have been disbarred if you had been seen to have knowingly tampered with a crime scene. So Mrs. Otto decided to shoulder the burden of responsibility alone. For your sake, and Mrs. Strahd's. See, she's the best. Oh my gosh. Mrs. Otto. Oh, the truth is, when it happened, I did it because I'd lost a little of my faith in the law. Oh my gosh. Oh. I was worried that the right person wouldn't be convicted of the crime, but the moment I allowed myself to think that is the moment I lost my right to call myself a judicial assistant. There it is. What you did isn't comparable to what he did. Graydon is the one who lied in the witness stand, using that peephole as a way to implicate Gina. And besides, if the peephole inconsistency hadn't existed, I'm not at all sure that she would have been acquitted in the end. Mrs. Otto, what you did saved Gina's life. No. Well, with your kind words, Mr. Naruhodo, you've saved me, too, from my regrets. Aw, stop. This is too much. Well, we must all be thankful that Miss Lestrade's freedom has been assured. Yes, exactly. Although some of the loose ends in that trial will continue to play in my mind, I'm sure. But the revelation that the music box disc contains secret messages, Mr. Naruhodo. What a triumph to work that out. I'm full of admiration. Well, actually, that argument wasn't quite as compelling as I thought it was. Oh, It wasn't? There is a communications officer among the jury members, you see, a telegraph operator. And she said that the majority of the sounds on the disc were just meaningless tones. As one would expect, after all, we are talking about secret government communications. No doubt they were written in cipher, to avoid being readily understood should they have been intercepted. In cipher? I see. So then, we can never have hoped to understand the message anyway. Nonsense, my dear fellow. It's quite a zero-pipe problem, I assure you. What? So... Ah! Asagi? Hold on! What? Well, that can't be a real word, can it? How funny. Wait! Iris! What did you just say? Oh, I just said Asagi. Does that word mean something to you? Mean something? Asagi was the name of my best friend. What? But how? How do you know that name, Iris? I wrote it down during the trial before, when the message was playing on the music box. She transcribed it on the fly. She really is a genius. What in the world? What? I thought the message probably wouldn't be written out in plain Morse code, so I tried various ways to interpret it. But whatever I tried, the words just didn't seem to make any sense. That is, in English at least. Oh! It suddenly occurred to me, you see. There's more than one Morse code, not just the English variety. Various countries around the world have altered and added to Morse code to use it in their own languages. I don't believe it. Are you saying... That's right. I've only actually seen a chart of Japanese Morse code once before. But I think it's based on the Iroha pentagram, isn't it? You mean to say that in Japanese Morse code, the message says Asagi? Yes, I think so. Sorry, but I don't remember all of the Japanese Morse code. Iris, would you let me see that? Mrs. Otto, do you know it? Do you know Japanese Morse code? Yes, I spent some time studying it. Because I'm quite sure Morse code will become ever more important for international communications. Then might I recommend, my dear madam, that you focus your efforts on the English version? Be that as it may, Iris, show me the message, please. Dang it, Sholmes. Of course. What the heck? What the heck? But what can this possibly mean? Whatever is in the long sequence of supposedly meaningless dots and dashes, it's made the color drain from Susato-san's face. What does it say? What does it say? There's no doubt that this message is written in Japanese Morse code. So the British Empire has been using Japanese for its secret communications? I don't understand the reason why, but the message appears to be a list of 4 people's names. 4 names? The first is Kei Asagi. Kazuma Asagi. Why? Why was his name on that disc? The second is A. Shin. Shin? I don't recognize that name. The third is T. Gregson. Gregson? It would seem Tobias Gregson is the third man on the list. And what's his name doing in the secret government communication as well? And the last name... What's the matter, Mrs. Otto? It's just so strange. So unexpected. Oh, what is it, Susie? Don't keep us in suspense. The last name is J. Wilson. What? Wilson? John H. Wilson? You mean Daddy? What the heck is going on? It says only J. Wilson, so I'm afraid I can't be sure. Then, after the 4 names, it reads, if I translate from Japanese, that is all 4, and that's the end of the message, or rather, the end of what you noted down, Iris. What is going on? I just can't believe it. Who would ever have thought that those discs contained Japanese Morse code, not to mention a strange list of some disturbingly familiar names? It would appear that this particular message is a communication of some kind between Great Britain and the Empire of Japan. So, Daddy could be in Japan then, where Susie and Runo come from. Oh, well... no. It's not very likely, really, is it? I mean, there are thousands of people with the surname Wilson, and there must be lots of J's among them. But, no, it's just... Oh my gosh. Professor John H. Wilson, visiting professor of medicine at the Imperial Yume University. But we can't tell Iris about that now, we just can't. This is so strange. Somehow, in solving the case of Mr. Windybank's murder today, I feel like I've rolled back a boulder at the mouth of a very dark cave. What does this mean? I do wonder if perhaps it's a dark cave that we shouldn't go wandering inside. Of course. Why? Oh dear, the ship is going to set sail soon. Yes, it seems so. Aww. I'll sail on that steamship first to the port of Dunkirk in France. Then I'll change onto a larger passenger vessel bound for Japan. You're really going then, Susie? We wish you a safe passage, Mrs. Otto. No, we'll miss you. Thank you so much. I wish all of you the very best. Mrs. Otto, I had hoped to have you always at my side to guide me and support me. Miss Naruto, please, come back soon. As far as I'm concerned, you really are the very best judicial assistant in the world. No, stop. Yeah, come back. You're the best. I'm quite sure. I'll be back before you know it. Really, Susie? Oh, now don't forget, Iris. I made you a promise I've yet to fulfill. A promise? About your manuscript. Ah. Oh yes, the Hound of the Baskervilles. Well, I'll be waiting for you then, Susie. A promise is a promise. Definitely, Iris. Oh, stop. Miss Naruto. Yes? Do you remember the first time we met? Yes, of course. On the SS Buria, when I was dragged out from that wardrobe, still half asleep. If I remember rightly, you threw me halfway across the cabin with a Susato takedown. You know very well what I'm talking about after that. It's strange, but being thrown together as we were in that case, I somehow felt straight away that you were the perfect person to continue Kazuma-sama's great legacy, Mrs. Otto. And my instincts were right. I really want to believe. No, I'm sure that... Oh, I'll be back soon. Farewell until then. Aw, bye, Susato. Dang it. Oh, cutscene.
Somehow we seem to have come to the end of the adventures of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Or the first volume, at least.
Aww.
Looking back now, it feels as though fate has led me on this journey.
Stop. Oh, Magahai is there too.
Fate led me to becoming a lawyer, to traveling halfway around the world, to meeting the great detective.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure there'll be trials and tribulations ahead. Of course there will. But whatever happens,
Aww.
I know I'll be able to turn my fortunes around.
This is too good. Like, of course, really. Aww.
After all, I have the greatest friends in the world on my side.
Oh, yeah, you do. Beautiful. That's all I have to say. It's just beautiful. But Dang it, I want to know what the Asagi means. Oh. Ah, yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, Mr. Sholmes? I have some rather awkward news. The railway company has decided to sue over the special express train, apparently. Really? Oh my gosh. Huh? It caused such a commotion on the line, all the other trains had to wait at stations. Really? We would never have made it to Dover in time otherwise. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I explained everything, and how it was all your fault. No! Huh? Huh? I believe a formal complaint should be delivered to your office tomorrow. But not to worry, my dear fellow. According to Mrs. Otto, you love defending yourself in court. Huh? 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 It's alright. I'm perfectly happy to testify. He really didn't look like the sort of man who'd do something so outrageous. See? Oh my god! Mr. Sholmes? Yes? A word, if you don't mind. Why, certainly. Any word you like. Bellow it out, my dear fellow. Oh, we know what's coming. Yes, I love Reno's words, and I know just the one he'll use here. It's always the one that's used at the end of these games. Then, I really must say...
Objection!
Perfect. Oh. This is perfect. It's great. It was awesome. Oh boy. In the following weeks, hundreds of music boxes arrived at Baker Street from all over Europe. Something was afoot. Though it transpired I had ordered them all myself. Yeah, you did. So I advertised them for sale with, used by Mr. Sholmes to solve an important case. Of course he did. And the money I've earned, consulting detective work, pays for pittance by comparison. Ay, ay, ay. I can't believe I forgot he ordered all of those at the beginning. I haven't slept a wink. This manuscript is due tomorrow now. When I'm this busy, Hurley usually cooks me breakfast. Well, cooks is an overstatement, for some dry toast and insipid coffee. I do miss Susie and her lovely Japanese breakfast. Aww. That sounds about right. Ay, ay, ay. Witness, your testimony is riddled with contradictions. These guys? Exactly. Rarely do rare Coben coins hide under rare stakes themselves. Well, Edo Noza knows his father's an innocent man. Or are you calling my son a liar? Witnesses? A courtroom is no place for your petty arguments. This feels like so long ago. Yay! I missed you. Having delivered the Russian dancer to shore in Shanghai, I laid low on the steamship for a while. But last night, I apprehended an extremely suspicious Japanese national on board. Not you! Nah! I've done nothing wrong! All I did was give Wagahai's offspring refuge in my pocket! A man brings some kittens on board and suddenly he's a hardened criminal! It's not fair! I miss him. I'm glad we got to see him again. Oh, Sasaki Natsume. I'm glad we get to see everybody again, like a final send-off of you. Scientific investigation will be the gold standard for policing in the new age. I dream of a world governed by the tenets of order and discipline. Like a great clock, in fact, whose hundreds of parts mesh together in perfect unison. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have but 2 minutes and 37 seconds until my next appointment. I know we'll meet again in the next one. Our journey with you isn't over yet, I can tell. The latest Romance magazine is out, and I'm in it again. Whenever I say that one line she wrote now, I get a standing ovation. Wanna hear it? Oh no. Not bad, I suppose, for an amateur. Oh, Gregson. My ladyship puts me to shame. Never change, Gregson. He really did go out on a big line this time. Been visiting the old girl on a daily basis, of course. Showing you my old jailbird. Must say, battling with those bally stairs every day has done wonders for the Dicky Peg. Managing rather well with the housework too. It's made business typed up, I say. Hope the gossipy neighbors don't realize the man at the house is his own maid. We met quite a cast of characters. Oh, these two. My Rolly is back on the beat again. All thanks to the Reaper. There's nothing I enjoy more these days than hunting out small change in the gutter. I'm a better Bobby now, looking out for Londoners, their dropped happiness, and my lovely wife. Uh-huh. Okay. Of course they had to do this one more time. Honestly, I think... Well, the robbers were funny too, but they might be like one of my top favorite witnesses. And Britain. Obviously, the ones we had in Japan take the cake. That first case was just awesome. Looks like I'm gonna be doing time for a bit now. But Iris comes every day for another, so it ain't too boring. She's always going on about all the cases what Sean's is looking into. Criminal investigations are kind of interesting when you get into them. Aw, Gina. Never change, Gina, too. You and Gregson just never change. I guess Shom's and Iris, too. Never change to, like, everybody. Oh, of course. Yes, I renounced my upbringing and chose a life of sophisticated crime. But regrets? Please. Uh-huh. Give up, bruv. That ain't the Ashby used to know. We got time in here to plan the comeback of Milverton Skulkin's milk run, right? The three of us game what's it? Milk in the neighborhood for all it's worth. Aw. Okay, I kinda support it. Cause didn't they say like the original operation they were like giving milk out or whatever? Yeah, let them do good once they are done their time in prison. Aww. This past 6 months has been a time I shall remember forevermore. Painful goodbyes and wonderful encounters. I've come to realize that's what life is all about. Naruhodo-san, I promise. Your assistant will return to you one day. Yes, come back. But for now, I leave you with many memories. And a heartfelt wish that life will treat you well. Aww. Best judicial assistant! She's literally the best. This desk, gosh, it just makes me laugh. Aww. Stop, that's so sweet. No, it's beautiful. It's perfect. Honestly perfect. Couldn't imagine it any other way. Perfect ending. Wow, what a journey. Oh? Oh, that's cute. That is so cute. That's adorable. Wait, so they're just gonna walk by everybody? Oh, her. Oh, I actually forgot about her. Can you believe it? Well, not forgot, more like she slipped my mind. That first case was something. yeah, them. It's nice to see everyone again. It's kind of like a trip down memory lane. I like how they did this. And I like that Ryunosuke's following Kazuma, like he's following his legacy. It's cute. Oh, that's crazy that he stops there because that's where his journey ended. Dang, they did not have to do that. Wow. That's sad. Why? And then he takes the sword. And then do they start walking together? Yeah, he has the sword now. But Susato isn't with him. I thought she'd be like with him. Oh, she is! That's so cute! Ah, dang, you McGilded, I swear. Never liked you, I swear. It was fishy from the start. And it was because of him that everything happened. Hey, Sholmes! Oh, he joined us. Oh, come on, that's sweet. Hey there, Gregson. This is just too sweet. Iris! Is Iris gonna join the walk? Oh, I guess not. Oh, she is! I knew it! Ugh. Why did that have to be the photo for Van Zeeks? Oh, speaking of. Aw. Nash and Ringo. Oh gosh. Skulkin's never skulking. Aw, yay! The image of Gina. It's so pretty. No, don't load that cannon. And that's the end of our first journey. Thank you, Capcom. That was wonderful. Oh, yeah. Yes. Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Finale. That was amazing. Honestly. It was great. The twists and turns, the system of the game itself. Oh. What's with this art, huh? So Kazuma. What's the deal with Kazuma? Ah! What does that mean? Well, we'll find out when we move on to the next game. Alright, it's gonna be it for this one, guys. Wow, what an ending. I can't believe it. I have, like, my mind is just like, wow. Alright, guys. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one where we start game 2. Alright, guys. See you later.